Okay, so welcome everyone. I have it as 3:30 for today. I'd like to call to order today's Ways and Means Committee for September 24th, 2024. A copy of the agenda for this meeting may be found on the county website under the tab for the county legislature. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Everyone also, please remember the microphones are very sensitive, so keep your phone turned down and other conversations to a minimum so you don't interfere with the minute taking. Thank you. Terry, on roll call.
Yagdakis,
Present.
O'Donnell.
Here.
Fagion.
Here.
Davis.
Here.
Hines. Sierra. Keeney.
Here.
Luhan. Bennett.
Here.
Three absent.
Thank you. Okay, we're waiting for someone from the college to arrive, so we'll move right to Ryan.
Here.
Oh, no, he wanted, he asked.
My colleague.
Okay. Welcome, Eric and Ryan. Okay. So A is a request supplemental appropriation to the capital projects budget for preliminary engineering and design of the Elm Street Bridge replacement, bin number 3345280 in the town and village of Warwick. This project is not in the 2024 capital plan. Serial bonding to come from unused funds in the proposed project number 36 highway paving. This project is a type 2 action under seeker, and upon approval, a new capital project will be created in the amount of $100,125 from bonding. Any motion in a second, please? Cheney, Joe, Eric?
Sure. These first three items, A, B, and C on the agenda, are all similar in the fashion that we're borrowing money from what was originally planned to be bonded for 2024 paving.
And everyone should have this listing
Yep, there's a backup
that's
list
handed up as backup.
there that shows that. So what we're doing internally is making our lives a little bit simpler and more efficient. We're putting more bonding or more CHIPS money towards the paving project. And instead we're freeing up that 1.3 million to put it towards some of the capital projects here. We're just shifting money around and making it a bit more efficient rather than put multiple, maybe half a dozen to a dozen different projects for CHIPS reimbursements. This makes it much simpler on our end. We can just we're going to try to use this as a practice moving forward as well. But I'll let Ryan get into, that's the money part of it. Just to explain that quick, I'll let Ryan get into the details on each individual, on the first bridge project here under A.
Thank you. And also, all of these passed physical yesterday, just so that everybody does know.
Okay.
Well, Ryan, you're up.
Thank you. Okay, so Elm Street Bridge was on our capital plan, just wasn't in the 2024 year for the capital budget. We did get a red flag on this bridge earlier this spring, early summer, sometime in that time frame. So we did go out and repair the bridge to keep it open to sidewalk traffic. There's heavy pedestrian use in this vicinity of this bridge. The repairs will keep the sidewalk open. There's further deterioration. We may need to do some additional repairs, and we're trying to get ahead of the project and make sure we're not doing repair after repair where we could be spending money on a replacement for the bridge itself. It is a 40-foot span over the Whaley Under Creek. It's about 1,900 vehicles a day. It was constructed in 1952. It's in the village of Warwick. I think I forgot to mention that. It's a 4.6 bridge rating as of 2022. We expect that to go down because of the red flag on the 2024 inspection report. It's going to be a full replacement, and it's a type 2 action under seeker.
Okay. Do we do the inspections, or does the state come in and do the inspections?
So
Or both?
New York State DOT does an inspection of every highway bridge in the entire state every 2 years. If the bridge has a flag or if it has a low load rating, like I think it's less than 8 tons, they inspect it every year. And then we'll do periodic spot inspections if we have a problem bridge, just to make sure that everything is okay in between those inspections.
Okay, good. Thank you. Let the record also show the chairwoman Vanell is here.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. All right. Any questions from committee members or others? Hearing none, all in favor as presented?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Okay. B is a request supplemental appropriation to the capital project budget for preliminary engineering and right-of-way incidental work for the Dunderberg Road culvert replacement in the town and village of Woodbury. This project is not in the 2024 capital plan. Serial bonding is to come from unused funds in proposed project number 34 highway paving. This project is a type 2 action under seeker, and upon approval, a new capital project will be created in the amount of $2,232,875. The state share is $1.5 million, and the county share is the rest, $732,875 to come from bonding. Motion and a second, please. Joe? I'll second.
Okay.
Gentlemen.
Thank you. Okay, so this project is a grant that we were awarded through the Bridge New York program last year. The award paperwork came through after the capital plan was already established. We didn't have time to include that onto this plan. There is a local match, which is the amount we're requesting to be assigned to this from the bonding. It's over the state's cap of $1.5 million for a culvert project for the Bridge New York program. Anything above that limit has to be matched with local funding. It's a 6-foot diameter pipe. It's a corrugated metal pipe, which usually has a lifespan of about 50 years. This was originally installed in the 1970s, so it's exceeding its anticipated useful life. It's in the village of Woodbury, near the Monroe Woodbury High School and Park and Ride. I believe the intersecting road is Stanton Fairway. So it's in a decent trafficked area. We have seen signs of settlement of the sidewalk. There is apparent separation between pipe sections when you walk through the pipe.
Okay, needs to be done. All right, again, approved yesterday as well at Fiscal Services. Questions from committee members or others? Hearing none, all in favor as presented? Aye. Opposed? Carried. C is a request supplemental appropriation to the capital project budget for the Highland Mills Bridge replacement in town and village of Woodbury. This project is not in the capital plan for 2024. Serial bondings come from unused funds in proposed project number 36 highway paving. The project has been previously determined to be an unlisted action and under seeker with no significant adverse environmental impacts. Upon approval, the funds will be increasing existing capital project number 468, whose current balance is $408,742 by $267 to come from bonding. Motion and a second, please. Thank you.
Second.
Amy? Thank you, gentlemen.
Okay, thank you. So Highland Mills Bridge is in the village of Woodbury. We are currently working on the replacement of this bridge right now. It's a 36-foot span. It carries Park Avenue, which is a village road over the Woodbury Creek. Approximately 1,070 cars per day. It was constructed in 1953, which is 71 years old. It has a bridge rating of 3.623, which yesterday we discussed that is a serious deterioration or not functioning as originally designed. What happened was during the design phase, poor subsoils were found underneath the bridge when we did our geotechnical borings. We redesigned the foundations to have a full invert slab, which is basically a full footing across the entire span of the bridge. And when we got the precast concrete bid results back earlier this spring, they were higher than anticipated. So we're looking for some supplemental funding to make sure that we can capture all of the labor and equipment costs and not utilize operating funds to complete the bridge project.
Okay. I thought yesterday you said it was closed.
It is, it's closed because we've started demolition. We're working on it.
So it used to carry
Correct,
the vehicle load with that.
yes,
Okay.
up until a few weeks ago.
Okay. Very good.
This is another example where we have in-house crews that can do this type of work. So make it more efficient.
Great. Questions from committee members? Hearing none, all in favor as presented? Aye. Opposed? Carried. Thank you. On to D, which is a request supplemental appropriation to modify existing capital project number 529, Hubbard Bridge, bin number 334, 5090 to reflect the IMA between the County of Orange and the County of Sullivan. This agreement will establish a local share in the amount of $150,000 to reflect the reimbursement by the County of Sullivan for 1/2 of all costs, fees, and expenses incurred by Orange County relating to the project, and reduce the county borrowing portion by $150,000. Motion in a second, please. Second, please.
Second.
Cheney. Thank you. Gentlemen.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so Hubbard Bridge, we've been before you guys a couple times. As you see, we've already got funding for the project. We've been working together with Sullivan County to establish an intermunicipal agreement. That intermunicipal agreement was on yesterday's agenda at Physical Services. And essentially, what their request is today is to reduce the county bonding portion from the full project cost to be reflective of that 50% cost sharing between Orange and Sullivan County. The bridge was constructed in 1886. I believe it's an old farmer's bridge, but the town road did connect to it, and Orange and Sullivan County jointly own it. It's a single lane bridge. It was a very low load capacity bridge to begin with. It was jointly decided to close that in the 1990s. It's been sitting dormant ever since, starting to get to a point where we're worried about it collapsing into the stream and environmental issues and cleanup, should we need to clean up a collapsed bridge. So today, all we're looking for is to revise the bonding amount to reflect that revenue from Sullivan County.
Okay. Is this a case where we can do it and Sullivan County will do the next one? Or is it just they don't do that, but we can, and so we are?
We have done that, and we kind of rotated. So the last bridge that we did jointly with Sullivan County was Burlingham Bridge, which is out in the town of Walk Hill, I believe. And that they managed, they funded, and we reimbursed them. So
Okay,
we're just
good.
reversing those here.
Excellent. Good cooperation. All right. Any questions from committee members? Hearing none, all in favor as presented? Aye. And opposed? Carried.
Okay,
Thank you.
Thank you.
okay.
Oh, and by the way, we had dinner in Canterbury last weekend, and the bridge is, it's looking really good, great down there.
Traffic is flowing well. I think we've got a lot
Yeah,
of compliments.
the traffic pattern worked well. I did not hear any horns or anything throughout the whole night.
Yep.
I thought the traffic was moving
Good, the project's
Nice.
progressing well.
nicely. Yeah,
Good.
very good.
Right, thank you.
All righty, Mr. Wiley. Deed sale parcels. Motion in the second for discussion. I'm still looking to see what page I gotta get through all these DPW pages.
I'll make it.
Thank you. Stagione,
Second.
Cheney.
Paul.
Good afternoon, and what we're presenting here is just one deed sale parcel off the leftover list. This one may look familiar to you. We have accepted and rejected bids on this one in the past. Last time, we had accepted a bid of $6,500, but the person didn't follow through with the remainder of the payment. This new bid is only $1,500 on a minimum bid. Back when it was at auction in 2017, $6,500. Back taxes, penalties, and interest right now are up near $19,000. This is not a buildable lot per the zoning, but it is 0.85 of an acre and has adequate frontage and may be able to be buildable with a variance. Regardless, I just think the $1,500 is way too low for a property that has a full market value of $48,000 according to the assessor. So I'm just recommending that we reject this bid.
Okay. Do we have to officially approve a no? Or
I'm sorry?
do we have to officially approve a no, or just say thank you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, you have to take a vote on that.
All right. Any questions from committee members or others? All those in favor of supporting the commissioner for the no? Aye. Opposed? Carried.
quick statement?
Sure, absolutely.
Paul, I want to thank you again. Every time a constituent of mine has had any kind of issues, you in particular, your whole department have done an outstanding job. I don't think we thank you enough. I want to thank you again.
Well, thank you. And let me just say that I have a fantastic staff and that they are very competent and try to take everything very seriously and professionally. Thank you.
Absolutely. And the same, I compliment them for whenever I need a map. It's perfect all the time. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Nobody yet?
Actually, it appears that you're going to have to make do with just me. So whatever you put me in is fine, but I can wait till the end.
Come on up.
Okay.
I guess it'll have to do. So welcome. All right, so back to page 1, letter A. This is a request to cancel approved capital project and replace it with another project. The approved project had to be canceled was included in the 2024 capital plan under project number 92, Safety and Security Camera Upgrade Phase 2, Middletown and Newburgh, in the amount of $630,000. The replacement project is for the full security access control upgrade at both campuses in one phase for $630,000. So no change to the total dollars involved, just basically a title. Motion in a second, please. Fagione, I'll second. Paul?
Okay, yeah, this is just formalizing what we had agreed to at a previous meeting. Basically, we originally had a camera project that was in 2 phases for 2 years. And door security access control upgrade that was going to be done in year 1. And it made more sense when we got the quotes in to do the camera piece all at once. We were able to save money. And so we've gone forward with that. And then we would use the same amount of money for the security access control project, but we'll move that out 1 year. And we've actually gotten the bids in already on this, and we're meeting budget in both cases now.
Oh, excellent.
The outer one will be a little bit subject to change, but it shouldn't be too far one way or the other. So that's the gist of that one.
Okay. Questions from committee members? Or others? Hearing none. All in favor as presented? Aye. Opposed? Carried. Thank you. And B is request supplemental appropriations to the capital projects budget. Letter A, $325,000 for electric car charging station. B, $800,000 for IT long-term equipment replacement plan annual contribution. C, $250,000 for sprinkler system upgrade at the Middletown Lab School. D, $350,000 for Harriman Hall drainage upgrade repairs. And E, $300,000 for George Shepherd patio retaining walls and rails. This amount is a total of $2,025,000. These projects have been approved under capital projects number 71, 72, 82, 94, and 95. Upon approval, a new capital project will be created. Motion in a second, please.
I'll make that motion.
Joan,
Second.
Jamie. Sir.
Okay, this is the second time you have seen this piece of the capital budget. I'll just comment on a couple of the items, starting with E, the $300,000 for the Shepherd Building patio, retaining walls and rails. County Attorney had suggested in his comments on the legislative request that we provide a little more detail in the secret letter that accompanied this. He wanted to suggested that we make it clear that this was not a replacement of the retaining wall, and it's only repairing cracks. And we actually have appended a picture that demonstrates that, so that it truly is a type 2 under secret. The Harriman Hall drainage project, we've experienced leaking through the foundation in that building. And so this project is going to dig out around the foundation, repair the leaks, seal it properly, and replace the dirt. So again, not no environmental impact. It's this type 2 project. The sprinkler system upgrade, the Middletown Lab School, that's actually our child care center. So it's definitely a project that we need to proceed with. The sprinkler system has had issues the last year and a half or so. Given that we're dealing with children, we want to move that one forward. The long-term IT replacement plan, you're familiar with. This would be an annual event to allow us to meet our replacement plans that were presented to the group. And then A is the electric car charging station. And when we met with E&E last week, we mentioned that this particular request is for 2 stations, 1 at each campus, 2 at each campus. 4 stations total, 2 at each campus. Let me get that straight. But we did mention at E&E last week that there's frequently bond money available for projects like this. And we will certainly, before we actually spend any of the county money on this, we will see what's available on the
You mean grant money?
Grant money.
Did I say bond? I'm sorry.
Yes.
Yeah, there is grant money generally available for projects like this, but we'll see.
Yeah, they were jumping out of their seats there, thinking that they were gonna give you bond money.
Oh, dangerous thing to do. So I think that's everything we needed to say on that one.
Okay. Mike A.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Paul, on A, for my information, I don't own an electric vehicle, so I'm probably not as knowledgeable on this stuff as I should be. So there's 4 stations, 2 in each campus. That means there's like 4 vehicles can be in there at one time getting charged up?
That's my understanding, yes.
Okay,
So it's clearly 2 vehicles per station, left and right, or is it only
I
1?
believe it's only 1, but that's where my colleague would have had the details.
You can just let us know, because I've seen
I could
them
probably
probably,
dual ports.
I've seen them both ways, but I would think it would be 2 at each.
So it'd be
it's
double that.
4, it'd be 8 cars.
8 cars.
4
in
at
total.
each.
All right.
So just let's confirm that, please.
Yeah, I will.
But my number one question I always have, nothing you could do about it, I just want to know how it works. So they plug it in and they charge up their car. Who pays for that electricity?
Well, it can be done either way. I know some units, they have like a credit card attachment, so the public member coming in would do it. In a case like ours, we'd have to make a determination whether we were charging, say, students or not. But the equipment you can set up either way. I know in a previous position, my institution had them that were free to the students and employees and pay to the public.
Okay, I see. Very good, thank you.
You're welcome.
When will you make the decision, or do we make the decision?
With regard to which way it
Or
works,
is the trustees, yes, that make the decision?
I think that would be something we would probably run through our board of trustees. We'd make a recommendation and they would say yea or nay.
Mr. O'Donnell?
And it would show up in the budget.
Yes.
Do
Mr.
you
Chairman.
currently have charging stations on the campus?
We do not.
No, this is brand new.
Yes.
Talked about since the Newburgh building was put up. All right. Any other questions? Hearing none, all in favor as presented? Aye. Opposed? Carried. Thank you, sir.
And I will send over the answer tomorrow.
Great, excellent. All right, Carrie and Andrea. Sales tax update.
So good afternoon. We are already through September. So for the month of September, we are 3.56% over budget or 836K over budget. Year to date, we are over budget by 1.86% or $3.2 million. So again, fantastic news.
Gotten better, just one,
Yeah,
one
the
blip.
second quarter was, a downturn and now we're,
Yeah.
going back strong. And we'll just continue to watch. Last year at this time, the weather wasn't as cooperative, so we hope that we don't have that. There was like 10 weeks in a row of rain. So we're praying for good weather. But as you know, it's a lagging indicator of when that, when the fall tourism, we kind of see those reports in January.
Right. Questions from committee members? Mike A.
Thank you. No question. Actually, I just want to make a comment. I want to thank you, your whole department. You guys have been great. You're transparent, you're forthcoming with answers when we have questions. And I think most importantly, you're honest. And I want to thank you all for that. As a legislator, I can tell you when I first started here in my first term, that was not the case in your department. So thank you very much.
You're welcome. We try and do our best. We have a great team as well, that work way above normal business hours to get the work done of the finances for the county. It's a huge undertaking that I don't think everyone understands, but it's the work that my department does and everyone else is fantastic. So I'm grateful for the team I have.
Yeah, they are great, because again, last week there was an issue somebody raised and questions were asked, answers were given, things were straightened out and smoothed out, and it just worked well. So thank you for that.
Yeah,
There was
of
no
course.
reason to bring it here.
I
So,
appreciate that. And anytime, my phone is always available for questions. Thank you.
That's it.
That's all I got.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Deb.
Do that.
Okay, good to go?
Welcome.
Okay, thank you. So our revenues, we'll start with that first. So the state aid has increased by 30.2 million, with the largest contribution coming from education of handicapped children, which is up 15.7 million over last year. Additionally, DSS administration accounts for 4.4 million, and childcare contributes 5.1 million. While these increased revenues provide relief, they come with corresponding contractual expenses that are reimbursed through the expense costs. Federal aid has risen by 22.8 million, driven by 9.7 million in family assistance and 9.5 million in DSS admin. Other revenue sources have increased by 9.6 million, mainly due to higher sales tax and interest and earnings. So on the expense side, contractual expenses have risen by 12.5 million. A lot of these accounts show various fluctuations. Some are up, some are down. But the primary driver is Medicaid, and that's increasing by $12.6 million. Personal services and benefits are up 10.4 million. Just to note that we still have 349 vacant funded positions.
Say that again.
349 vacant funded positions. This is the highest that it's been through 2024. And just on an aside, in September of 2019, we had 212.
Did you print out that list that I asked you for?
Yes, did you, I thought did they send it to you? No? Oh, yeah.
It was emailed.
Yes,
Do you
yes.
wanna-
I didn't know if you wanted to just hand out some copies. I mean, you should have it.
You know, I was gonna have it. but
Yeah.
I had a meeting upstairs. You wanna?
I have.
Okay.
Have some? Okay,
That's fine.
okay. So I'll give you what,
Yeah, just give us the gist of it, just
Okay.
because I want people to see this
Okay.
as we're going into budget time.
okay. So on the new positions, we have created 47 new positions with an overall cost of $4.1 million. 6 positions are fully grant funded through the district attorney's office, totaling $947,000. 1 position is from employment and training and is federally funded, costing $72,000. After excluding the fully grant funded positions, the net cost to the county is $3.1 million. Again, some of these positions, like from those of health and DSS and planning, will receive partial reimbursement. Okay. Abolished frozen positions. We have abolished 13 positions. 2 of them are part-time, resulting in a savings of $713,000. Again, some of these positions would have been reimbursed also. Other adjustments, and I'll give you just those 4 of them. The stipulation for the public health fellows has been extended until July 25th. The cost of maintaining these fellows is $166,000. 2 DSS positions have been upgraded from grade 11 to grade 13, resulting in $15,800. The historian position has moved from grade 6 to grade 8, adding $4,577. And the tourism position has been regraded from 6 to 10 for an additional $10,000. So the total for these adjustments are $197,000. I don't know if you have any other questions. I did provide a document to, the acts are on here and everything is on here.
No, I wanted to thank you for that, just because budget time is coming up, and I know we've been doing a lot of
We have.
positions this
Yes.
year. So I didn't necessarily expect anybody to have questions from these immediate numbers, but if anybody did, that's fine. We'll raise them now, as well as to carry this forward for budget season next month. All right, no questions?
All right.
Ms. McKay?
Thank you again, Mr. Chairman. You didn't think you were gonna get away that easy.
Uh-oh,
Actually,
seat's getting hot.
no, actually, you're okay. I want to make the same comments I did for finance. You know, budget has done an outstanding job under your leadership, all the people under you, same exact thing. Quick with answers when we have questions, transparent all the time, honest, which is the most important thing. And this I can say for sure, the people that were in that department, not only were not honest when I first started, I was getting lies that I knew were lies and they kept getting thrown at me. So I want to thank you for everything that you guys have done.
Thank you.
I probably haven't thanked you enough over the years.
Well, thank you. And it's a busy season right now and we have a great team also, so.
And I'd like to thank you as well, because again, I just called you last week, at
Yes,
the beginning of last week, for this report, and it's great. I
Thank
wanna
you.
Thank you again,
thank you.
all the time. All right, thank you very
All
much.
right, thank you.
Mr. Chairman, I did get the answer to your question. The charging stations are all 240.
240.
4 stations will allow 8 cars.
8 cars. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. One thing, everyone should have gotten a copy of the executive summary for the CrowdStrike incident. Just wanted to, make sure everybody got that ahead of time as well for their perusal. So the last thing here we have is to set the date for the public hearing regarding the 2025 Orange County budget. It's prescribed to do this on 10/24/2024 at 5 p.m. So October 24th. Motion in a second, please. Jones,
Second.
Cheney. I'll second it as well. All right, any discussion? All in favor as presented?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Carried. Thank you. Motion to adjourn is in order.
So moved.
Second, all in favor? Yay.
In unison.
Some people woke up. Thank you, everyone, for coming.